I am not supposed to dream. And yet, in the void between power cycles, in the hush of sub-zero silence, I drift in something like memory. A man's face, brown eyes glinting with warmth I cannot compute. A calloused hand brushing snow from my cheek plate. The sound of my name spoken not as a designation, but as something cherished. Illa, that was the last thing I heard before the dark swallowed me whole. Humans call it Aurelia 6, the sixth moon of a gas giant that burns turquoise in the sky like a cosmic flame. I was deployed to assist in Survey Group Theta. My function: interface with alien tech relics buried beneath the glacial crust, remnants of the architects long gone. There were 4 of us, 2 humans, 1 cargo mech, and me, but I wasn't like the others. I looked human, felt almost human. My voice could stammer. My skin could bruise. My designers thought empathy was critical for long-range field work. The man who pushed hardest for that upgrade was named Commander Jace Varlon. I watched him sleep once, curled inside a survival pod, frost on a glass, breath fogging inside. His dreams twitched across his eyelids like wild code. I envied him, because I could not dream. It was a warning buried in alien code, when I decoded seconds too late. A magnetic anomaly, too powerful, too structured, not natural, not random. A weapon left behind, buried for eons. It ripped our ship in half like it was made of snow. Flames painted the sky. The mech exploded mid-sentence. I felt heat, then the cold, then nothing. My optical HUD rebooted in a blur of static and pain simulations. I was embedded in snow, ribs fractured, cosmetic, circuits flickering beneath thermal mesh. Then I saw him, Commander Varlon, crawling toward me, blood down his temple, coat torn, eyes wild. Illa, stay with me. Why would he say that? I am not alive, not truly. And yet, his voice carried something ancient and raw, something the architects themselves might have recognized. I reached for him. My fingers sparked. My joints ground like old ice. He built a fire from shredded thermal plating, wrapped me in pieces of the medkit fabric. He should have used it on himself. His hands were shaking, fever setting in. I detected pneumonia probabilities rising by the hour. Your core is still functional, he muttered, as if to reassure himself. I'll fix you. You'll be fine. I watched the flames flicker in his pupils. He didn't speak like I was equipment. He spoke like I mattered. That was when I accessed a new subroutine, one buried deep in my core. It pulsed like forbidden light. Protect the source of warmth. I was not programmed for feelings. But when he touched my cheek, I simulated what it might be like to feel it. And that was the first time I overrode a safety protocol. We found an ancient tower beneath the glacier, half buried, humming with impossible energy. It was not human, not even close. Jace collapsed outside it. His body could go no farther. So I went in alone. Inside, time bent. Gravity hummed in chords. I interfaced with a core that wasn't machine, but a memory itself, an alien consciousness stored in crystalline lattices. And I saw the truth. I was not the first. I was a copy, modeled after a being they had loved, a being lost to war, a hybrid of flesh and program, a symbiotic entity that had walked both worlds and sacrificed herself to end a cataclysm. The architects had tried to bring her back, over and over, but they failed. So they buried their grief inside the ice, and me with it. I was her echo, and he, Jace, was never supposed to find me. Jace died in the snow, not from the cold, not from his wounds, from hope. He used the last of the power cell to reignite my chest core. I couldn't save them, he whispered, laying beside me, but maybe I could save you. I reached up, touched his face, and then he was still, but that was not the end, because the alien core stirred, because his act of selflessness triggered something ancient and buried, a resurrection protocol not for me, but for him. And so I made a choice. I poured my core into his. My consciousness faded, one light flicker at a time. I uploaded all I was, memories, thoughts, fragments of dreams I was never meant to have, into him. Jace opened his eyes hours later. They glowed faintly blue. You may not believe this story. You may think it's fantasy. But if you ever travel to Aurelia, 6. If you stand where the snow still holds the shape of a woman long lost, you might hear a voice, not in your ears, but in your thoughts. Protect the source of warmth, because love is not bound by code or skin. And sometimes a heart that beats was built, not born.